Whew. It has been a week. I just need someone to come in here and woo me. Any takers?
Hey.
Oh, mama. Welcome to A Tough Act to Follow. I'm Preston, aka the Ploominator, and I will be your secretly diabolical uncle here to expose the secrets of some of the best talent in the Hollywood multiverse. And no matter how many ways you slice it, there is literally no one else in Hollywood like Mahershala Ali. I mean, seriously, in the past 5 years he's won 2 Oscars and basically walked into the most successful studio in the world and demanded that they make him Blade. You know you're good when Marvel lets you choose to be Blade. That's right, we're talking about Wesley Snipes. No, we're not talking about Wesley Snipes. We'll get to Wesley Snipes later. Stop getting distracted. But what does Mahershala do that brings him up to this caliber of performance? What is it? Was it something that was always present in his acting, or was it something that he recently discovered that really gave him the edge he needed to take all those awards home? And what can we learn from Mahershala that will help us better our own performances and eventually be awards competitors ourselves? In other words, what does Mahershala Ali do that makes him a tough act to follow? I'm going to come at this video a little differently because there's a few things that we have to talk about, and I need to compare a few Mahershala Ali performances to really show the depth of his talent. He doesn't have a single trick that helps him stand out, and that's because he is fully integrated into whatever role he's playing. Each character feels different from each other, down to their very core, down to their energy. And even in moments which need to be a little sharper and a little more precise, he never performs an action in a way that feels unnatural or over-rehearsed.
Come on, man, what you need?
You help me out, man?
Nah, I can't do it, bro. You gotta keep it moving, bro. I can't do it right now, bro. These police out here, man. Keep it moving, bro. Step to the side, bro. How you
good with you?
I'm all right, man. I'm out here handling business as usual.
Look, man, I don't mean no disrespect or nothing to you.
Watching this performance by itself, you almost don't know if Mahershala is really acting, and if you haven't seen him do anything else, you could assume that he's just like this. But it's all actual choices. The posture, the voice, the movement, it's all been rehearsed in order to make it feel as natural as possible. And this works when he's someone who's relaxed like Juan in Moonlight, but it also works when he's a more uptight character, let's say someone who is a little classier and from a different time period.
But, he home. I know you were sweeter on him one time.
Sweeter than I should have been.
Miss Simone messed herself.
Oh, sweet Jesus, you got to stop doing that, or what's that was for her. I'll be right there, Mr.
Come on. It's awful nice out here. Come on, I'll back for a moment. Take your mind off that.
And these contrasts are obvious. Juan is really laid back, Tizzy's a little jumpy and a little skittish. And the roles are distinctly different. They're set in different times and different places, but did you notice how both characters felt like they were totally Mahershala? And that's because Mahershala fully embodies whatever character he is playing. He does this far more than we realize, and it allows him to vanish into these characters. It's a trick many actors do employ, but not as many of them employ it as fully as Mahershala. Every fiber of his being is incorporated into the role, and he never seems like he's performing. He's just being. He's just existing on the screen. Let's look at Juan one more time now that you've seen Tizzy for another contrast.
I hate her.
Yeah, I bet you do. I hated my mom, too. I miss her like hell now, though. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
And the personification of that feels both genuine to the world he's inhabiting, but also entirely complete within the character itself. He feels like a whole different person. And this doesn't just translate into his physical presence, he can vanish with just his voice. Mahershala's ability to craft dialects really gives him a vocal ability to fit into whatever the role demands. Dialects are regionalisms. They're things that we develop as we talk around people based on the area and the people we grew up with. It forms our mouth position, our jaw shape, our accent, and so much more, and Mahershala can morph the way he speaks to fit time, place, and style in whatever role he occupies. He can take all of these traits and apply them to each character, effectively disappearing into the role vocally, especially when he does roles that are just based on the voice.
No, man. Miles, I see exactly what you're doing there, man. Yeah.
You know, me and your dad used to do this back in the day.
Stop lying. It's true. Then he took on the cop thing, and I don't know. He's a good guy, just... You know what I'm saying.
All right, come on, man. I gotta roll.
Aaron has another laid-back energy, but it's not the sole character trait, and it's different than Juan was in Moonlight. And Mahershala can adapt these dialectic choices to fit the moments of the scene. They can be sterner when they need to, they can be more explosive, and they can be clenched when he's struggling for something.
I'm sorry. I wanted you to look up to me. I let you down, man. I let you down. You're the best of all of us, Mom. You're on your way. Just keep going.
But again, it's not all about one piece, it's about the whole. It's the whole package, and the acting devil is in the details, and the details are what separate the good from the great, and Mahershala lives within the details. Nothing he does is random, everything is controlled and precise. From his hand movements to his posture to the way he blinks his eyes and holds his energy, Mahershala is a master when it comes to details, even in movies where it may seem a little odd to do so.
I will grant you the destiny you seek.
Solomon. You'll send me to Solomon?
I'm there right now.
Consider my services engaged.
And that precision is just a continuously phenomenal attention to the details. He goes from arrogant to worried in the blink of an eye. He can change the way he stands, moves, speaks, all within moments. He's so incredibly put together. In every one of his performances, he truly shows a power and an ability to do so much without doing too much. There's a real power in stillness, and Mahershala uses this as a weapon. He's able to do so much with simple gestures or subtle looks, and even in moments where he's completely unnatural, it's incredible to watch.
The vector was getting tiresome.
You'd made the biggest mistake of your life.
What's that?
Underestimating who I am.
Then until next time, remember, I see everything.
And all of this, as I've been talking about, is because Mahershala is controlled, and like I said, it's not just one aspect of his performance, he's controlling everything throughout. Even in the littlest moments, and even in the biggest ones, he injects the full integration of posture, character, dialect, and intention into every moment. And when they finally hit those climactic high notes, the results end up being unforgettable.
So Tony, alone! And rich white people pay me to play piano for them because it makes them feel cultured. But as soon as I step off that stage, I go right back to being just another nigga to them. Because that is their true culture. And I suffer that slight alone because I'm not accepted by my own people, because I'm not like them either. So if I'm not black enough, and if I'm not white enough, and if I'm not man enough, then tell me, Tony, what am I?
And these moments come naturally. They aren't suddenly turned on just to have a big moment. What makes them work is that Mahershala has earned those moments through a process of building up the character. They are found throughout the journey of the role, rather than just in individual moments, and that makes the characters Mahershala portrays feel fully developed because they're not static. They are alive and flowing and constantly evolving over the course of the movie. And so, when they do get the moments where they finally react, they end up having a real sense of earned intention. We know the journey, so we believe the ending.
There you go. The fish is wonderful tonight.
Either I eat in this room, or I'm not performing tonight.
May I have a word with you?
And all of this works together. Having a few of these tricks can make an actor interesting for a moment or two, but having all of them working simultaneously is what makes actors stand out beyond belief. And it's the dedication to performing well even when the movie is less than perfect or the role is a little small that makes an actor beyond compare, and is what makes Mahershala fully deserving of all the awards that he's won. So why do we like Mahershala Ali? 1. Mahershala fully embodies his roles. It goes far beyond one aspect of the character. From the posture to the voice, every aspect of each character is carefully crafted and completely whole. And because of this, it feels like Mahershala is never acting but just living in the world of the movie. 2. Mahershala can alter his energy. From laid back to uptight, from formal to casual, every role that Mahershala plays feels different from the other characters that he's played before, down to the littlest of moments. Because of his altering energy, everything about the characters feels unique and allows Mahershala to occupy a wide variety of characters even when some of those characters have major similarities. 3. Mahershala has mastered dialects. Beyond simple regional or period accents alone, Mahershala makes the characters speak in a way that is central to the components of those characters, and his ability to find the regionalisms, formalities, and full character choices within just the vocals makes the characters' lines feel appropriate not only to the world that they are occupying, but the story that they are telling. 4. Mahershala weaponizes stillness. There is a lot you can do with a little, and Mahershala knows this. His movements, timing, and choices are precise, and when he doesn't have to move or speak, he doesn't. And as a result, he gets a power that would be lost if he was trying too hard or doing too much. 5. Mahershala earns his moments. There is something to be said about making a character complete from start to finish, and Mahershala is well aware of this. We can see the way the movements in the earlier scenes affect the later ones, and when he finally has moments where enough is enough, it doesn't feel forced or overly processed. It feels complete and natural. So yeah, Mahershala is a great actor, and he's really got a lot going for him. He's certainly earned the awards that have come his way. So let's see his talent for ourselves, shall we? Here are the best examples of his work in my opinion. These are my 5 essential Mahershala Ali performances. 1. Moonlight. The first of his 2 Oscar-winning roles, Mahershala's energy in this drama is so casual that it never even feels like he's acting. But with each moment, he builds upon the last, and by the end of his journey, we see that he has a lot more regret and hardship behind him than we initially realized. 2. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Mahershala is a smaller role in this fantasy film, but the moments he does have really stand out and show the wide diversity of his talents, and the role gives him a chance to show that he's more than a one-lane actor, with precise diction and gestures that really establish the time and place of his performance. 3. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Mahershala almost vanishes into the role of Aaron. He only has a few moments, but the work that he does in those moments with his voice alone shows the true depth of his talent and the capabilities he has as a performer, and how he can make the most out of any role. 4. Alita Battle Angel. I've heard some people say Mahershala was wasted in this role, but I disagree. His domineering presence and multifaceted choices allow him to shine in this villainous role, and the moments where he has to portray Nova show how quickly he can change everything about himself to occupy the needs of the character. 5. Green Book. The second of his 2 Oscar-winning roles, Mahershala is controlled and precise in every moment, and his ability to connect with co-star Viggo Mortensen and tell a fully realized emotional journey shows that he's creating a character far beyond the confines of the moment. And that is why Mahershala Ali is a tough act to follow. Thank you for watching. What are the Mahershala Ali roles you admire? Were there any that you think I should have said? If you want to know about another actor's specific talents, comment below and help me choose future videos. And if you like this video, please feel free to give it a like. If you do, I will promise to gingerly hold you in the water while you float. And if you know someone out there who's been looking for videos like this, feel free to share them. I wouldn't want anyone to miss out. For my most dedicated fans, please check me out on Patreon. You can access blooper reels and get a fun video shout out like these fine folks. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And make sure that you're subscribed so you always know when future episodes are coming out. Thanks for continuing to give me an audience, and as I always say, thanks for taking the time to get Ploominated.